The pressures and hardships of a college athlete can be overwhelming and difficult to continue. 30% of all college athletes do not play their full college careers.
My name is Kalani Birch and I'm from Ventura, California. Ever since I was 5 years old, I always had the goal of playing soccer my whole life.
Do you like playing goalkeeper?
Yeah, it's a challenge, and being the only one, the last line of defense is a challenge because it's a lot of pressure on one person. When I signed lettering of intent in 2008, I knew I was going to play soccer Division I for North Dakota State. The school, one of the trainers sent us a workout booklet, and it had different lifts in there, so I had to go to the gym and try out lifts that I'd never done before. Also, I paid one of my goalkeeper coaches, and we trained the whole summer, and I'd have to practice at least 2 or 3 times a week on top of working out. And this was during the summer, so it was kind of hard to balance both preparing for college and playing Division I, and also having a social life and saying goodbye to all my high school friends. Transitioning from California to North Dakota was really hard because North Dakota is a pretty kind of a culture shock. So I missed home a lot. I mean, here in California we have the beach, we have the ocean and great weather, but in North Dakota it was just hard because the cold weather, and especially playing first year soccer and the way the season went, it's just everything seemed to test my character. Yeah, 2,000 miles is pretty far, and you don't realize it until you're that far away from home. But it was hard because a lot of my teammates, whenever they wanted to go home, they only had to drive 2 to 4 hours away. And if they ever needed to go home to have a home-cooked meal or their mom do their laundry, I couldn't do that. I had to fly a few hours, so that wasn't always accessible, so it was hard. After my junior year, we went into spring season. Unfortunately, during practice, I had an eye injury. I couldn't see out of my left eye for a few days. I had to go to the hospital and eye specialists, and later found out that I had tore some of my retina. So the rest of that spring season was kind of in question for me because I couldn't do anything that had pressure put on my eye. Otherwise, the tear could increase and I would have a chance of losing my eyesight. Playing Texas A&M my junior year in the national tournament, it was freezing cold. It was at the University of Minnesota, and we knew we were the underdogs, so we were really pumped. And we knew that they weren't exposed to that cold weather. So we came out. In the first 5 minutes, they got a penalty kick, and so they were up 1-0. And even though we went down early, we didn't give up. We fought, and they really didn't think we had it in us. So we went into halftime. We were down 1-0. Second half came around, and it was getting later and later. The clock was running down. I just was as confident as ever, and our team was just never giving up hope. And one of my teammates, forwards, was dribbling the ball towards the left side of the field, cut inside the field, took her shot, and it went over the 6-foot goalkeeper into the upper 90 of the right side of the goal. And I can't even explain the feeling, but it was pretty crazy. So it was 1-1. We had tied things up. We ended up going into overtime. Nothing still. We went into double overtime. And then It was still tied, so we had to go to penalty kicks. We were up for the first penalty kick, and we made ours. So I stepped in to take one of their shots, and I blocked it, dove to the left side of the goal. So we were up 1-0. The third penalty kick I took, tipped it hit the post, and it rolled in. And unfortunately, 2 of our players missed theirs, so we lost 3-4 in the shootout.
Looking back at your soccer career, what do you take from it?
It really helped me to develop as a person. You'd think that it just would be about soccer, but it was really a personal thing for me, and just gaining 20 other best friends was awesome. It really showed me character and being able to persevere and multitask, and just even though when you're down and you have things going against you, you have to be able to fight for how you want things to play out. And so, I don't know, it was a great experience for me, and I wouldn't change a thing.
Do you have any advice for other incoming freshmen?
Yeah, I would say if they have a goal, just to stay consistent and to make sure they're doing everything they can to meet that goal, and especially not to let any temptation or distraction lead them astray from doing what they want to do.